Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's team call. It is Thursday, March 2nd. I had to check. 2017. And tonight we are going to talk, we're going to breeze right through this, but we're going to talk about just posting effectively and purposefully and having effective and purposeful conversations. So this is, you guys aren't going to hear anything that's going to blow you out of the water tonight. But what I'm trying to do is just simplify it for you, really literally show you guys what I'm doing. So that way you're not scrambling around for posts. You're not, struggling to work through the invitation process with somebody, work through those conversations, and you can execute. Okay. So let's start with some recognition. February. Here are our leaders on the board. Myself, Charlotte, 37. We had Laura Farr and Caitlin Aruda at SC10. Amazing job, ladies. We had Cindy Dexter at 5. Elise, I have you at 4, but I'm pretty sure you are at 5. We're waiting for the system to update, I think. So congrats to those of you who moved your business forward, even if you only helped one person, even if you didn't get a Success Club point, but you still helped someone. That is something to recognize. So congrats, everyone. And we are moving right into March. Just give you guys a heads up. In addition to what corporate's going to send us when we hit Success Club this month, I'm also going to give you a digital unlock to 3 really awesome personal development audiobooks, valued at over $60. So you'll get How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, Start with Why by Simon Sinek, and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So you will get a digital unlock to download those audiobooks to your phone, your computer, whatever it is that you use, and you can listen to those. All right, so just a heads up, like March gets a little bit easier after February. Sometimes people struggle in February. March gets a little bit easier, but make sure that you're not waiting till the end of the month to hit Success Club. Hit it early on in the month, so that way you're not stressing at the end of the month, okay? Our top recruiters, we had Elise signed 2 new coaches. Awesome job, Elise. Top volume coaches. Volume is just product that has been moved, both personally and through your customer base. So volume is where the passive residual income comes from. So if you see your name up here, it means you've been moving some good stuff, shakes, DVDs, the things that change lives. For March, we've already got our calendar up. We already have 2 days down. You see here, these next couple of days, here's what you're going to start doing. So I really want to, I took off National Wake Up Calls. I took off some of the other things that were making it really busy. And I want you to start to see the trend here. And we've talked about this before, but you want to have your free group and get your free group ready and be posting about your free group for the whole week with call to actions at the end of the post. And then while that free group's running, you're posting about the push group all week long with call to actions at the end of the post. And as you're getting everyone from your clean eating group and everyone into the push group and you're having those conversations, we'll talk about the conversations. We'll talk about that soon. You're also going to be posting about coaching and the business opportunity all week long with a call to action at the end of the post. Okay. We're going to have the business opportunity sneak peek group. We're going to call it like an open house. That group that I swore was coming. I wanted to kind of wait. Of course, got to kind of pick and choose. You guys have recordings you can send to people in the meantime if they're, open to the business opportunity. But you see the trend, okay? You're going to send invites to people who are in the clean eating group for the push group. Then you're going to send invites from the people who are in the push group, people who are in the clean eating group, to the business opportunity. So it's almost like I want to call it a funnel, but it's not really a funnel. But it kind of is. You're literally just cycling through doing the same thing. Wash, rinse, repeat, like Melanie Mitchell says, right? Wash, rinse, repeat. And this last week here is push group prep week. So you're going to have a lot of open conversations all month long. And I know that some of you are going to you're like, I can't have that many conversations. Yes, you can. Yes, you can have that many conversations. And we're gonna go through that. I'm gonna show you how much easier it is. Okay. So again, I'm gonna remind you guys about, and this also this calendar is in our team page. You also have the link to download the PDF, and then you can print it if you wanted to print it. So again, the recipe to success: make progress on your health and fitness journey, share your journey on social media, connect with others and offer support and solutions, have hustle and heart to be the best version of you through personal development, and encourage others and celebrate them on their journey. In other words, do your workout, drink a shake, read or listen to a book, post your journey on Facebook, or if you use some other social media, and just make friends and help them. Like, it's that simple, guys. All right, so we're breezing right through. So we're going to talk about effective and purposeful posts. You may have seen that this right here was uploaded to our team page. I believe I put it as a comment underneath the March calendar, but this is also in our team files. It's in our team files, our Google Doc folder, and it's going to be under tracking and organization. But again, it's in our team page, and if you can't find it for whatever reason, just tell me. I can tag you to it. But this, every single month, you're gonna print out 3 of these. Okay, so you're gonna print 3 of these sheets, and you'll decide what whichever you're planning for. So you're planning for the free group. So this is gonna be about the free group, whatever the theme of that group is gonna be, whatever the dates are. And you're gonna plan some posts. It's gonna be like a brainstorming scrap paper. All right. And I put a couple of tips at the bottom. For me, I always plan some posts ahead of time. Lots of times I do wing it because that's just how my brain works. But I love planning my posts ahead of time. I love thinking about what it is that I'm going to post, and being very purposeful with them. So that way I'm getting my business posts in, right? Like my work posts, marketing. I'm marketing, I'm advertising, and moving my business forward with those call to actions at the end. You have to have call to actions at the end. You can have like best post ever. You can have the best story, the best picture, and then no call to action at the end to tell people to take action, to tell people to comment below or message you. So you've got to have that total package there. So while I'm planning posts ahead of time, I do also post about my life, post my thoughts, I post some engaging things. But I have to make sure that I'm posting with purpose. So that's what we have to do in order to market. So I wanted to give you guys some examples of how this would kind of sketch out. So let's say that it's the free group. Let's just call it, it's going to be a 5-day clean eating group, but let's call it spring clean eating. I wasn't sure. I'm not very creative tonight. And so these are the dates that you're going to be posting. And then the group starts on the 13th. So just a couple of things that came to mind really quickly. A picture of your yummy, healthy dinner with the recipe, and talking about, you could say comment below for the recipe, comment below for, actually, we wouldn't do comment below for the recipe if you're doing comment below to be added to the group. But you can have the picture with the recipe and talk about how glad you are that, eating clean doesn't have to be boring. You can kind of talk about how you thought eating clean, you'd have to eat like plain chicken and, steamed brown rice and steamed broccoli. But you guys know there's a plethora of amazing, clean, yummy, healthy recipes. People don't know that they can eat yummy and still eat clean at the same time. So that would make a really great post. Another one, maybe you have all your ingredients out and you take a selfie, whatever. I can't really make them up without, sounded kind of silly, but you get the idea. Hydrating selfie and why drinking water is important. And again, at the end of all of them, you want to have some type of a call to action that says, comment below with I'm in, or comment below yes, or whatever it is. Tag a friend to join you, you know. And you can always go to my page and check out my posts, or you know, Lauren's got some great posts. Like, you could just kind of poke around with the other coaches and see, and don't copy. All right, you want to be original, you want to be you, but you kind of want to stay creative. So don't copy people, but generate some ideas from that. You can't just do it once. You can't just post once. That was something that Melanie Mitchell, the top coach, was very, very adamant about. Like, you've got to post it every day for the week, because by the 5th, 6th, 7th time, people are like, I've got to do this. Okay. So every single week, like clockwork. So the next one is just the push group. You know, challenge a success story with pictures. Maybe you have a Shakeology selfie, talk about you love it, but be original and silly. Don't just, you know, picture your shaker cup. Like, really, really talk about why you love Shakeology. And you can say in the post that you don't have to be drinking Shakeology, be in the push group. You know, really answer their questions in your posts without them having to ask the question. Does that make sense? Maybe you crushed a workout and it was because the push group inspired you. So that could be another post. Try to just plan them ahead of time and know that you can take pictures today and not have to use the picture today. You can use it for a later post. I have hundreds of pictures. If I can't think of something to post, I can kind of scroll through and find something to post. I try to make my posts, when I take my pictures, I try to make them timeless. Timeless meaning, you know, like, I try not to have, you know, a Christmas tree in the background of the post, for example, which is kind of a silly example. But that way, if I decide, okay, I never used that picture, but 3 months down the road, I want to use that as a clean eating post for that healthy meal, I can, because there's no Christmas tree in the background. Does that make sense? So kind of having backups in your phone, having backups in your Evernote or whatever, you know, system that you use to keep notes and stuff. So again, take note of the quick tips at the bottom. I'm going to move right through to the mom boss, right? So say the theme for the week when you're talking about coaching opportunity this month is mom boss. You know, maybe you're working a regular job, you're working from home, whatever your theme, and it's not going to be the whole team's theme, it's going to be your theme. What do you keep consistently saying in your posts all week long to remind them, yes, I wanted to do this. She's talking about this again. Maybe you've got your planner out with your coffee and you're planning for a busy week and you're going to fit coaching in no matter what. Maybe that's one of your posts. Maybe you've got a picture from Summit or another coaching event. You're grateful for the people that have been brought into your life. Maybe you paid off a bill that was hanging over your head. But keep in mind that if you're talking about income, you may, you know, when you're talking about income, you may need the disclaimer. If you're not sure about what that is or how to do that, you can absolutely post to the team page, check the FAQs, or message your coach or myself, and I can go over that with you. I posted actually an income post today. So I've got to get I'm going to plan out my month ahead of time for all 3 sheets. So print all 3 and try to know ahead of time what the hell I'm going to post, so that I'm not scrambling around 3 days before my clean eating group is supposed to start saying, oh my gosh, I've got the group, I'm supposed to start it, and I haven't even posted about it. Post consistently 5 to 7 times. People need to see things 5 to 7 times before they take action. And you have to tell them in the post to take action. All right. Any questions on, I mean, it's pretty like straightforward. I know we have a lot of emeralds on the team, emeralds meaning personality gems. So I know that this kind of stuff might make you go like, wee, I love it. But do you have any questions so far? It's okay. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay. What was that?
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
I want to do a paid group.
Okay.
I think I should do that. Just add it on to the last week. I don't even know. I don't have the calendar.
I wouldn't add it on to the last week. What I would do is I would just pick a date and double up on top of whatever it is that you're doing, but maybe you don't want to get too confusing, so maybe you split up.
Or
Oh,
instead
I
of
would say, I don't know. Actually, good question. I wonder if you would maybe,
like instead of the push group maybe, but say that there's an option. I don't know, but that would be
yeah, you could try it. You could try that. I would say, yeah, try. I mean, because you don't know what's going to work and what isn't. And excuse me, so sorry. You, hey, I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do. I said, excuse me. You've got to do things for a few months, right? Like do it for a while to see if it's gonna work. So as you're doing it, you tweak basically. So if you're gonna do a paid group, you'd have to basically throw shit to a wall to see if it sticks. So you'd have to decide when you're going to have, like, decide far out when you're going to have the group, then backtrack it. So say you're going to have the group start. So let me pull up the calendar here.
Yes, please.
So let's see, we've got this one here. I would say,
I mean, the 19th is empty.
yeah, I mean, you could totally, yeah, you could one of these 2 weeks. And that gives you plenty of time these first couple of weeks. And then you'd hit Success Club because it's a paid group. So you know you'd hit Success Club first on in the month. And then if you start the group maybe the 27th, you'd have enough time to get everything else done and funnel people through type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then still start that paid group. Or you could even start it April 3rd. You know what I'm saying? So you see how there is like a gap of, like, there's not as much happening this week.
Right.
So that could work.
Gonna do hammer and chisel.
Oh my gosh.
Again.
That one was, when I was doing that one, it was pretty like people asked a lot, but I didn't stick with it. So I flopped. So you could definitely pulled my, it was my right.
Cool. Oh, I pulled so many things.
Yeah. Be careful. Just be careful. I always want to go hard with that one. All right. So I would say you could do it the last week. But you can move things around a little bit, you know, but remember, Melanie Mitchell was and I heard her say it probably 6 times, so maybe that's why I'm finally like, oh, okay, I should do what she says. So that just proves the theory. But you can't just post 2 or 3 times. It's the 5th, 6th, 7th time, like clockwork, that she says. So I'm gonna do what that Popple says. All right, so we're gonna move into effective and purposeful conversations. I don't know why there's 3 of those right here. I'm going to pull this up. Can you guys see this? My Evernote? You can see the whole thing, yeah? Okay. All right, so this is what I have sent to you guys. I posted to the team page that if you wanted a copy of my conversation, my script, if you will, I will send that to you. I also included some other things down here, but we'll go over that. So I'm going to breeze right through this. What I probably should have done, but I just don't know how to blur out a name because I don't want to give away someone's personal, the conversation. These are literally like I copy paste because I was so tired of typing the same thing. And as I was typing, I was kind of, I want to say, perfecting it, right? So you guys know that I've been using different questions, and I'll go over that, but I've been using these different questions from what we were using in our script, that script that we had for years that we were using. I was using some different questions and I was trying it. And as I was doing that, I was keeping the bulk of conversation, but I was simplifying it. And I was basically making them dig deeper, I guess, right away to find out their why. So let's start from the beginning. If you're gonna cold invite someone, you can. There are a few options here. Okay. And there's a few other options down here And I kind of left some notes here for you guys to kind of see, if someone you've already asked would like to follow up, people who really share their lives on Facebook. This could kind of be, you could kind of do it like business opportunity. But these are some cold invite samples, okay? After you're forming, after you build that relationship, build that trust, here's how you can start an invite. But what I'm finding is with the attraction marketing, with sharing, posting effectively, and people reaching out. So this is how this intertwines. As you're posting effectively and you're sharing your journey, sharing your story, people should be reaching out to you. If they're not, you may not be connecting with them on emotion, or you may need to maybe do a little bit more training on social media, posting effectively to social media. But I have a lot of people who reach out to me because I tell them to in my posts, right? And they say they wanted to reach out to me for a long time, they finally do. So, or they comment on my post and say that they need help. So this is like the first message that I say most of the time. Like 90% of the conversations that I had that ended in a challenge pack in February when I was at SC37, 90% of them started with this message right here. Okay. And right away, I asked them for their why. Okay. And if you need to add a little bit extra love, I just gave you an example of like what else that I would say. Okay. So what you need to ask next, okay, after they tell you why, you tell them, I'm excited, that's so incredibly brave of you. You can kind of touch base with whatever they said. You need to ask them what their goal, what are their goals? Are you working with a coach? Okay, that's what needs to be asked next. No, I'm not working with a coach, blah, blah, blah. If they are working with a coach, okay, I have something down here. They already have a coach, and I go into that. Okay, I won't go over that tonight on the call, but that's very straightforward down there. All right, so where was I? Okay. They tell you what their goals are. They don't have a coach. Okay, great. Sounds like you're going to fit right in with us. We have lots of people in the groups who are trying to, lose weight, lose a few pounds, eat better. I'd like to get a better feel for where you're at, so I can share with you what I know works. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Okay. There's like such purposeful wording in this message and in all of these messages. Okay. So once they say yes, okay, great. So you can kind of go through these a little bit. It depends on how well you know this person. That's why there's so much here. Not so that you have to go use every single piece of it, but so that you can hear you can listen to what they're saying, read between the lines. If they dump to you like on the first message, because sometimes I have people with this first one right here. Sometimes with this message, people pour their whole heart out, like messages that are so deep, long, and intense that I'm like, oh my gosh. And then sometimes they're like, oh, I just want to lose a few pounds. And I'm like, all right. So you kind of so it's like the onion, you got to peel away at the layers. That's why there are additional questions to ask. All right. So choose a few at a time. Don't send all at once. Listen to what they're telling you. Read between the lines. So if they're saying, they're tired all the time, they're snapping with their kid, like they're snapping at their kids, or they can't figure out what to eat, they're busy at work, like they're telling you everything. So what are they telling you? They're telling you that they're malnourished. They're telling you that they don't have a lot of time to prepare a lot of foods. They're busy, so they're telling you all of these things when they're sharing, they're dumping on you, right? So get a better idea of where they're at and what they need so that you can best help them. What I did was I put my favorite ones in bold, okay? And the last question, and by the way, I'm going to tell you guys, this question right here is money. Money, okay? This is the best one. This one right here is, I can't even tell you how much people open up once I finally ask them this one. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Okay. And what do you want to see? Well, what do you see and feel when you look in the mirror? What do you want to see and feel? And so people really pour out, because that makes them stop and think and really dig deep and pour out. All right. And sometimes when I ask that question, they don't respond after that. They're not ready. And that is okay. You check back later, but you've got to take them through this. You've got to ask them some of these questions. So this one down here, would you say that investing in your health to XYZ, which have more energy, be more confident, be able to fit in that dress they want to wear for, a wedding, or be able to wear a bikini on vacation, be able to keep up with the kids, whatever it is that they said they wanted to achieve, you ask them, would you say that investing in your health to whatever that is worth it? Every single time I've asked them, they've come back and say, hell freaking yes. I hope they don't all say that, but they say yes. So then you move right in. Okay, great. So glad you agree. Looking forward to helping you XYZ restate their goals. Sounds like you have a lot going on. You're working to make some changes here and there. Still have areas you'd like to improve. I'm excited to help you. I have a few ideas, just suggestions based on what you've shared with me. Do you have about 10 minutes today or tomorrow? If I send you a few videos, will you watch them? Okay. If I will, you're asking for permission to send them videos. And then, okay, here are my suggestions. This is literally what I send. Most of the time, program that's best fit. That's the 21-day fix link, by the way. Most of the time, but you can change this one out. Okay. So this is the one that you can change out if you need to. All right. But I always leave this one in because this is the all access challenge pack one. All right. And there's key wording here that I'd also love. So I put right here, if you want to have unlimited access and be completely set up with everything to make this a lifestyle, I'm going to share another option with you below. So I'm giving them options. I think someone is, all right, I just muted. Okay, someone was still, I'm a squirrel brain, so I heard talking. Okay, so here's the other part too. All right, I'd love to share this with you too, to really tie together what your best option is. We can talk about some additional loopholes since we're investing in your health as a lifestyle change, not just a quick fix, and also all on a budget. So I'm kind of just like throwing it in, like, I know you want to get the best deal. You want to make this a lifestyle. You want to have access to everything. So here you go. All right. But I don't put the pressure. All right. There's no pressure. And I always let that come across when I'm conversing with them. So they come back, they're like, that sounds great. How much is it? Do not just tell them the price. You're going to break down. So I gave a few examples of how I break down the challenge packs. Okay. And I only showed these few, and you have the brains to kind of go in and change it out. If you need help for any reason, whatever, you let me know and I can help you break it down more. So the 3-day refresh challenge pack, 21-day fix challenge pack, and then the all access challenge pack. It's all broken down. The value is created. Everything is broken down here. By the way, this challenge pack is going to stay at $199. Remember that they were going to change it. They were thinking about going up. They are leaving it at $199, but it's going to be only 2 Success Club points now. So break everything down, create the value. Don't just come back and tell them the price. All right. And if they ask how much Shakeology is, if they continue, that's all broken down here too. Okay. So it's all broken down in here. They say, oh my God, that's great. Here's your response. Yay. Glad you're considering it. Okay. Also, I want to point this out. Okay. When you're closing the deal, when someone says they love it, looks great, they think they'd maybe want to try it, their objections aren't very strong, they're maybe not saying flat out yes, they're maybe not even sure, don't be afraid to be like, would you be open to starting right away? Let's get started today. Should I send over the instructions for you to sign up? Are you ready to go? Don't be afraid should I send along instructions for ordering? You cannot be afraid to say this, because you'll teeter around. You give them too much time to think about it. They're there. They just poured their heart and soul out to you. They poured out their why. They told you they wanted to make changes. They're ready right away. Should I send along instructions for ordering? Now, you might get some objections. Maybe they're like, oh, I'm not really sure, not really, da, 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 da. There's a whole list of objections in here. There's some training videos on it, and then a whole bunch of examples of how to respond to some of the objections, okay? For whatever reason, you need the link generator. The link generator's down here. There's follow-up examples. Maybe they didn't respond. You're not sure how you want to reach back out, all right? There's a whole bunch of examples in here. Literally copied and pasted these out of not just my Evernote, but out of conversations that I've had, okay? Effective conversations, like conversations where people signed up, maybe conversations that I had with you, you never know. So they're gonna ask other questions. You're gonna ask them, you know, whatever it is. Post the team page if you're not sure how to respond. Like, I got you. If someone like says something to you and you're like, I don't even freaking know how to respond to this person, but I think they're ready. I want to help them. They told me this. They poured their heart and soul. Like send me a screenshot. Post a screenshot to the team page. How do I respond to this? All right, guys. Don't be afraid, because that's like how we have to work together. That's what I had to do to get to where I am. I had to ask other people for help with responses. So I want to pay that forward to you guys. So if you ask them, all right, I have some time to help you right now. I can either place the order for you, we just need some info from you, or I can give you my direct link and walk you through it. So basically, I'm not giving them any permission to go order it from anywhere else. I'm telling them my direct link, and I'll walk them through it. And I ask them which works best for you. Which works best for you? Like, I am catering to them. There's wording here that's very specific. Which works best for you? All right. They'd like to place the order themselves. Here's all the instructions. Change the stuff that's in red, okay, because that's my coach ID. Change the stuff that's in red, and down here I gave you the link generator. So if you need to get a direct link, the link generator is down there, so you can give them the direct link. If they want you to place the order for them, here's all the info that you need from them. But that's not where it stops, right? Because we were talking about retention and how important it is. Like, you don't just sign someone up with a challenge pack and then your work is done. That's when the work starts, right? So that's when everything really begins. So after they've ordered, this is an example of what I was sending to some of the people after they ordered, okay? Actually, I sent it, I think, to everyone after they ordered. I did change it up a little bit depending on what we had already discussed, but here's an example. Give them the rundown of everything, right? And then be like, all right, I'm going to add you to the group. What I need to know is that you're all in. I'm very selective of who gets spots in my groups. In our groups. Sorry. The accountability is insane, but if people start dropping off, it affects the morale of the group. So I handpick my participants based on commitment level. Can you commit that you'll give it 100% effort and not give up? Like, I hold the bar high through this conversation. I start with their why. I make them dig deep. I ask them what they see and feel when they look in the mirror. I break down the extreme value of everything they're going to get after I share a third-party tool. I'm not explaining what this stuff is. I'm letting the third-party tools, being the videos, these right here, I'm letting those videos do the work for me. And I'm also letting the customer do the work for me, because they're the ones that are telling me what they need. I'm just sharing with them what I know works, right? So after they've ordered, I send them that. I also, I wait like till the next day or later on that day and be like, okay, I want to make sure that you're set up for success. So you can send this while we're waiting for the challenge pack. You can send it within the next couple of days. Just kind of depends on where you're at with this person. But I put this together for you guys, all right? And it's everything that they're going to need. And in this message, so let me put this here so that it's separated. In this message, okay, I tell them, I want to make sure you're set up for success. So here's pretty much everything you need all in one message. Save it to a note on your phone or somewhere in your computer so you always have access to it. I'm leaving the ball in their court. It's up to them to do these things, right? But I'm going to cheer them along. Just a cheerleader. I can't hold their hand. But I tell them exactly how to take before measurements and pics, how to log into their Beachbody On Demand, how the containers work, okay? Different recipes for making Shakeology, how to eat clean, pay attention to labels and ingredients, okay? And a 3-week meal plan to start with, and also the direct link to the push group, just in case they haven't hopped in there yet. So I'm really pushing them forward, giving them everything they need, right? And then I do right here, ask for referrals, okay? And it's always so much better when a few of your favorite people get started with you, and I love referrals. Do you have anyone who wants to get started with you? Do not be afraid to ask for referrals. You guys hear me? I want to see all your heads nodding. Okay, good. I love you guys. So a couple of weeks after they ordered, even though I've already asked them multiple times how they're doing with the shake, what they like best about it, really try to create the value, help them to, really naturally fall in love with it, make sure they find a good, yummy way that they're making it. I do remind them that their home direct is going to be shipping out. I provide the link in case they want to make any changes. This is the link in case, they may want to make any changes. But I do give them all of these just in case. Okay. So I think, and then sometimes I put a few other things down in here too. Sometimes they're in the group, they're not posting. You could send them something like this. Maybe you want to send them, the 30-day trial of the club membership, if nothing else. Okay, if they're not ready for anything, they're going to get in the push group anyway, they're not ready for anything else. All right, let me at least get you set up so you can try the Beachbody On Demand. You won't have the all access, but you'll at least be able to try and poke around. If I send you a free 30-day trial, will you give it a try? And you can, and this is the instructions on how to send them the club membership. And that makes you their coach. So that's then when they do decide to order something or they do decide to move forward, you're already connected to them as their coach in the computer system. Okay. If you want to reconnect with former clients, here's a little quick example of what to send them. Follow-up examples. Here's a little bit more explanation on following up. Take a few minutes to read through this, guys. This is very, very, very helpful. It's how to follow up without being pushy. Go comment and like on their stuff. And just how important following up is, when to follow up, what to do when they still don't freaking answer, because tell me, that still happens, okay? It's always going to happen, and most of the time it's not you. I'm telling you, it's not you, it's them. All right. And if a challenge is rocking it, here's an example of what you can send to them. If you have someone who wants the all access Kickstart and Shakeology Challenge Pack, I just had someone that wanted that yesterday. They do have to call in for that. They can't order it online. So here's the instructions for them to call in. I sent that over to her, so I added it in here for you guys in case you ever need it. Leaders, you got downline prospects. Here's the script for a three-way message. And I went over that one. If they already have a coach but they're unsupportive. If there's something that's not in here that I'm missing from here that we all need, that the team needs, you've been using it or you need it, I'm going to stop screen share. I want you to tell me so that we can add it in. I threw this together a couple of days ago and was like, all right, what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing stuff, and my head was just spinning. So if there's anything that's not there that you can think of, please, by all means, tell me. I miss things all the time. But I tried to get the bulk of it in there because, like I told you, I was using those additional questions. I started to shift things a little bit and really make people dig deeper in their, find out their why, really what it is that they see in the mirror, how do they feel about themselves? What things drive them crazy when they're, moving through their day to day, and how the heck can I help them really connect to their emotion? So that's why I started to shift with the questions. And then the all access challenge pack came. So I was already shifting and making some changes with the script. And I figured this is literally how all my conversations went. So I'm just going to give it to you guys. And this is how I've been hitting Success Club. This is how I've been helping people. This is how I've been moving my business forward. And these, they've been the most effective conversations I've had in the last 4 years as a coach. And some of the relationships that I have been building off of the conversations that were started with these messages are incredible. just the friendship that I have, with these new people that I'm helping is just incredible. It's not just like, okay, the older script was kind of a lot more scripted, right? It was a lot more like, just like it didn't feel right completely for me. I used it, it worked, it was great. But this here, what I did was I sat back and I looked at the conversation, pretending I was the other person, and how would I feel if I received that message? And I literally was tearing up. And it's no wonder that these people, these strangers, are literally pouring their heart out to me. They need me. They need my help. And I'm like, oh my God, there is such key wording in this stuff, and the values really broken down. And I don't do a lot of the talking. The only messages that are really long are the ones that I break down, that all the stuff that comes in the challenge pack. And then the one after they order, where I'm like, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of go through it. All the other messages that I'm sending are relatively short. Because I don't want a sea of blue. I don't want to be interesting. I'm interested in this person because I have their life in my hand, and I need to find out as much as I can about them to see how I can help them. And so that's my intent. I'm completely detached from the outcome when I'm going through this conversation. I'm going through this conversation assuming that they're going to get a challenge pack because it's amazing. Why wouldn't they? And I'm going to change their life. And that's the assumption that I have when I'm going through it. And I'm detached from the outcome. I'm detached from the fact of what it is that they're going to think on the other end, if they're going to actually buy something, whatever. I'm detached from all of that. My mission is to figure out how the hell I can help this person and change their life. How can I better this person's life? And so that is what I go through this conversation with. It's that hustle and heart, this person's future is in my hands, essentially. Does that make sense to you guys? So that's it. That's what I got, right? There's effective and purposeful conversations. There's a ton of stuff that's not in there. You may come, up against a question that you're not sure how to answer. That's the bones of it. That's the bulk of it. If you have a question you're not sure how to answer, or someone says something that you're like, I don't know, team page, post that shit to the team page, screenshot it, post to the team page, or to your upline leader or me. You can message me. I'm here. I do this full time, guys. I'm not afraid to receive a message from you. I don't know if you guys sometimes afraid to message me. I don't understand that. I may not be on Messenger at that time. I may not be available at that time, but that doesn't mean that you just assume, right? Message me, just screenshot and send me, how do I respond to this? Sometimes it helps to have a little bit of background. You can send me a quick voice message and tell me, or send me a little more of the conversation so I can see more of, exactly what's going on so I can best help you. But for the most part, that's my jam, is the conversations. My favorite part is being able to connect with people and literally be a really big impact on their lives. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to kind of end it there. It's a pretty heavy one. If you don't have, one second, Lauren, you don't have access to this yet, I did post to the team page asking you for your email address, and I will send it to you if you want a copy of that. So go find that thread in the team page, and I will send you access. Lauren, what's up, girl?
How do I make a copy of it? Because you said don't.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm so glad that you asked that. Yes. Okay, I want to show you guys that. Oh, God.
I need to know how you're keeping track of these people, different points of the conversation, yada yada.
All right, let me show you guys how to copy it, because when I sent it to you, hold on, let me share the screen. When I sent it, I made it so that you cannot edit it. You can only view it. So what you'll do is, so it'll come to you. It'll probably be on this side with your shared ones. Or it might not be because it has a star. But when I sent it so you can only view it. So what you want to do is you want to select all. So I'm hitting shift and the arrow down button, but I don't know if you could just go to select all like that. And then right click, duplicate notes. Do you guys see that? I'm going to do it again, okay? So you're going to go to So you can go up here, edit, you can click select all. All right. And then you're going to right click over these and then right over here and duplicate notes. I don't know how to do it from the phone. I did it on the computer. You can go to evernote.com on the computer. And it will show you. And then it'll copy the notes, and then you can actually edit them. All right. You want to know how I'm keeping track? That's it. I wrote their name. These are just people that purchase challenge packs. I don't keep track of everyone else. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have no idea how to keep track. I write people's names down. I have like a spreadsheet. This is it. It just shows that whatever works for you, works for you. This might not work for you guys. Huh?
How many pieces of tape? I got shit everywhere. Shit everywhere.
I
need help. Somebody get me organized. I can't.
So I have my planner. I have check in with this one. This one's ready. I like write their stuff in my calendar, but as far as where we left off in conversation, I just read the conversation.
Yeah.
I skim through it, and I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you I have some fancy spreadsheet, some fancy system. I do not. I have lists of people. I have Caitlin does a really good job of Google Docs.
I need that.
I don't use, that's my problem is I made one, and I had one, and I had tabs for the months. I had everything. I had it all organized. I spent all kinds of time doing it, and then I didn't use it. So that does not work for me. But if you need something to keep organized, just grab a notebook. Use a notebook and a pencil. You know? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But listen, this is the last thing. This document, Coach Power Hour. Let me just show you guys it's easier to just show you on here. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's easier to do this. And then, oh, here we go. You guys can see this. If you have no idea what you should be doing when you sit down to work, there's literally a checklist. You can set your goals for the week. So this is a 1-week booklet, okay? It's a 22-page booklet for a week. Gives you you need to jot some notes down, to-do lists, reminders, ideas, notes, okay? There's a couple of pages for that. Your goals for the week, and they're split up: physical, financial, relationships, coach, business, spiritual, other, okay? Some notes, team call, weekly action plan, okay? There's a little checklist. Your week at a glance. You say you have certain calls, you have work hours, whatever. Plan some posts, all right? There's a little bit of a schedule layout for the day, some check boxes, all right? So maybe this is your jam, right? Try this. Maybe this will help, Lauren, with the invite, the lists anyway, but you need a master list.
I have one.
All right.
And then I made a motivation tribe sheet.
Perfect. Yeah, I have that has all my challengers. I have a list of people that I'm in I call it my in play list, like people that I am actually having conversations, but I don't keep note of what we last spoke about unless it's to the people. Yeah. Well, you've got to consolidate all of that.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I would definitely try to put it all into one spot, one notebook. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. I love you. But the only time that I make note of where we are in the conversation is once we're through the invitation process, and maybe I sent them the link to sent them the video. So once they're watching the video and we're at that point where I have an idea of where they're at and all that, we're done forming, I guess is the right words that I'm looking for. Once we're done forming and I understand where they're at and stuff, and now I'm to where I'm sharing what I feel might work for them, then I start, okay, send them the videos, because then I know I really need to follow up and it's time sensitive. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's when I would take note next to their name and say, okay, sent them the video, or, sent them sign up instructions, or they're going to order on and such date. Once they've ordered, I put a check mark ordered, and then I know when to send them the follow-up. I know when to say, okay, just want to make sure you found the group okay. I want to make sure did your Shakeology come in? And I check in with them like, hey, did your stuff arrive yet? When it arrives, take a picture of everything. Take it all out of the box, take a picture and post it to the challenge group. I want to make sure everything came in, and kind of get you started, get the energy going. Like, take charge, right? Like, don't be afraid to tell them, hey, do you have anyone, or ask them, do you have anyone who wants to get started with you? Ask for that referral. Have them post a picture of their challenge pack to the group. Maybe they ordered the 3-day refresh. Have them post a picture and say it's here. Post a picture to the group when it arrives, so we know you got it. And then they're sharing that they got started, and other people are getting FOMO. Does that make sense? I don't know. I can too much, not enough, need more. How are you guys doing?
Good stuff.
Good stuff, yeah. All right. If there's something you guys want me to expound on, explain a little bit further, just shoot me a message, because if you're thinking that you're a little confuzzled with something specific, chances are others are, and anyone who listens to the recording is. So I could always do a video on the team page, go live real quick and go on, explain it further. So if you have questions, I want to know what they are. Again, I do this full time. I'm here for you guys. I do have, I have my working hours and time where I unplug and time where I'm, doing other things, but like, I don't want you to be afraid to freaking message me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not sure how to respond to something, you're not sure how to move forward, message me. I think tomorrow makes 4 years. So I've been here. I've seen it all done. I think, tomorrow 4 years since my first challenge group. And then I signed up like 3 weeks later or something like that as a coach. So, I've been through a lot with all of this, and I've experienced a lot and seen a lot, heard a lot, done a lot, failed a lot, succeeded a lot. So I don't want you guys to reinvent the wheel or be just confused or afraid. It's the start that stops a lot of people. So if there's something that you're like, just message me. I'll walk you through it, talk you through it, help you with it, whatever it is. And if I can't, I will figure out a way to help you. Like, I want to help you guys succeed. I really do, in the worst way. So that's all I have for you tonight. It definitely went longer than I wanted it to, but I feel like it'll really help to eliminate some confusion. And honestly, like, stop thinking, guys, listen up. Stop thinking so much and just do, all right? Don't think. Half the time we're thinking up these scenarios in our heads about what the other person's thinking or doing, and really they're just changing too many shitty diapers a day, right? They got all these kids running around, they're doing too much, and they forgot to respond to you. That's literally the case. It's not that they don't want to respond to you, they forgot. So that's why we follow up, because of situations like that. This is real life, guys. I'm really serious. I literally had someone say, oh my God, I forgot to respond to you. I'm so glad you messaged me back. My kid shit 3 times. Oh, thanks for sharing. It's real life. I'm just telling you guys. So don't be afraid to follow up with someone when they went silent. Don't be afraid to message me when you don't know how to respond. Don't be afraid to just dive right in. I think that's it. I tend to like really drag out the call once it overhangs. So I'm going to end it there unless anyone has any related questions. Laura, stop it.
I do have one more.
All right, Lauren, go ahead.
I hate to keep you guys.
I'm going to hurt you. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I've come across a few conversations that they literally never have responded. I've never spoken to them before. It's like, hey, how are you? Your kids are the cutest. How old are they? Next message from me. Blah, 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 da, da, da. Like, do you just end it, or do you just keep trying every few
I've
months?
sometimes just been like, wait, so are you even getting these? Because it says you read it, but I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm not kidding. I would just be like, all right, like, is that someone who doesn't, but honestly, I'm going to ask you another question. Someone who doesn't respond to you when you message them, is that really someone that you want to work with? Like, if you're taking the time to message someone and they're like, they just don't respond, is that someone that you want to continue to reach out to? They're not
No,
ready.
but there's also ones that don't see it, so I'm assuming they don't have Messenger. So just
Oh,
give up.
maybe. Go post on their
Sometimes I
wall.
write on their wall, like
Yeah.
comment.
Go right on their wall, comment on their stuff, ask them a question on their thing. Don't be afraid. Try, do, throw shit to a wall, see if it sticks.
All right, shorty.
All right, shorty? Don't be afraid. All right. You guys, I love you. I love all of you. I'm so happy that I didn't not have call tonight. Like, oh, it's Meg's birthday. What am I going to do? I'm going to have the call anyway. She's sleeping anyway. She goes to sleep, please. All right. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just shoot me a message and I will get the replay to this up on the team page in case you have to watch it back. All right. And thanks to those of you who are listening to the recording. Have a good night.